What up? There we go. Mike's over here. What is up, everybody? Hey yo, yo. Wait for you to all to join. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. I think I could sing that on this platform, right? As long as I don't play other people's stuff. So I'll wait for you guys all to join. Hey, we still have subscribers left, so that's a good thing, right? We did have there's some people that like the videos. They go LOL, ha ha. They like them, entertains, and then there's other people that just say unsubscribing. Now, my question is, are they only unsubscribing from YouTube or from our trading service? Right? So, hey, if they unsubscribe from YouTube and they still stay a Bullish Bears member, that's cool too, right? So, guys, you know, who knows what's going to happen today? I don't think I have any props today. I do have, we do still have there is a prop right here. I don't know if he wants to talk today, but he's still over here. Hello. So he's still kicking. So interesting information today, guys. The new message, right? Let me see if Angel and Dan are on, because that's my test, guys. Like I say, I can get into my comedic routine when Angel and Dan are either both on or at least one of them are on. So if Angel or Dan are on the call, then I can begin. If not, then we just sit here hostage, because they're like my audience that I prep for. So I'll give them a moment. Angel's there. I just had to check that my yearly membership didn't run out or something when you said that. So guys, listen, I got to throw my pride out the window a little bit. I'm going to be prideful because am I right or am I right? Is what I'm telling you guys right? If you guys listened yesterday, what did I tell you? Angel, you have a spa appointment at 4:30. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything. Cuomo, he broke me yesterday. I told you guys what's going on with those two Italian guys down in New York, de Blasio and Cuomo. Again, I can say Italian because I am Italian, right? So I actually, when I'm playing myself back, I got to admit, first of all, I actually didn't realize how funny I am. I do think I'm pretty funny when I play myself back. So I actually kind of watch myself back and I'm like, hey, you're actually kind of a funny guy. Anyway, that's besides the point. De Blasio, not De Blasio, Cuomo. I mispronounced his name yesterday. Andrew Cuomo, not Chris Cuomo. Chris is his brother. I think they were fighting the other day on the air. I don't know what they were doing. Andrew Cuomo, he said yesterday, what did I tell you guys? He said there will be no shelter in place. And what did I tell you guys yesterday? I don't believe it. I was preparing for a shelter in place. What happens today? I said I was going to watch a little less media. Today I felt a little bit better, so I was going to watch a little bit more media today, right? Turn it on this morning, right? But I waited a little bit. I listened to something a little bit more positive first. Then I hear press conference, Andrew Cuomo, and I said, I know it. I know he's going to shut it down today. I know he is because San Francisco shut down, right? What does he do? He does his thing. He's talking, right? Guys, again, not political. If you guys don't like Trump, then you can't like Cuomo now because they're talking the same speak right now if you guys are paying attention. If you guys are paying any attention right now, they're saying the same kind of message, right? So Governor Cuomo says no shelter in place yesterday. He does a little dance around today, does his little thing, right? Cracks some, a little bit chill today. And then he says, pause. And you're like, pause? And then there's an acronym now, guys. The acronym of PAUSE means policies assure uniform safety for everyone. So it's not stop, it's pause. So I don't know what maybe pause is like this. We won't do stop. We'll do a little pause, right? So everybody pauses. Then a reporter actually asked a very good question. Does pause mean shelter in place? No, It means to pause. Words matter. So words matter. It's pause. Pause means policies assure uniform safety for everyone. Does that mean you stay in your house? As I put in the title, can you pass go? I don't know. I also heard today, he said too, I think they asked about like, hey, they can enforce it. And then I think someone asked a very good question. What if you break the rules? What happens? I think he said there could be a fine. I think somebody may have asked what the dollar amount of the fine is. And then there isn't one in place. So does that mean pause, go, stop? Very good question, right? So if you don't like how Trump has been handling it, Governor Cuomo, he's a Democrat. They're talking the same speak. So there's the same lot going on. My take is I'm not faulting any of them because I think what they're trying to do is get the message. Again, I'm just guessing. I think they're trying to get the message out to everybody to just chill. Like, meaning like they're going to shut it down, but we don't want you to cause we don't want to cause mass panic. I wish they wouldn't say they weren't going to do it. Maybe they say, hey, it would be easier if they just said like, we're considering all options. We're thinking about it rather than saying no. Right. So Trump even said it today. A reporter asked him today, are you going to shut it down? And I think he said, no, I don't see it coming to that. Now this is a very big test, guys, right? Big test is Monday. If they don't shut it down by Monday, everything, then they probably have another plan, you would think. But more states are shutting down. And I just got word, Connecticut, I think I just got the news wire before going on from Angel. Can we confirm? I believe Connecticut is shut down too. All non-essentials. Thank God we need to shut it down. No offense to people that are losing work, but if we're going to cure this dang thing, we got to shut it all down, right? So if someone can confirm Connecticut, is Connecticut on pause or are we shelter in place? Does anybody know? Are we paused in Connecticut? Or are we sheltered in place? Shelter in place, I do believe means you can go out for a walk. Whole thing with the grocery stores. I went to the grocery store again today. Why? Because I don't think we were on pause and I'm not a shelter in place. I did a combination of wearing my mask and no mask today. Whatever. I went out and I bought more food that I didn't need, got stuff. The grocery store still have plenty of food, but the social distancing, I don't know. Can you call that social distancing? Because you're in the supermarket, so it's not really social. Maybe that would be essential distancing, right? You got to get your food. I don't know. So I think, so we're paused. Are you serious? Are you now becoming essential? Oh, for crying out loud. Who the hell needs cupcakes? Oh, yeah. I think, as far as Italian, I don't know what I am. I think I'm French, Italian, and Polish. I think I'm half French, a quarter Italian, quarter Polish. But I think when I'm doing my skits here, that might be my Italian side coming out, the way I talk. Hey, So Spy got destroyed. Let's go see some of your comments here. So hold on real quick. Your takeout food. That's a bunch of, okay. I mean, I guess that's true too. If people are home, they need sweets, right? Takeout sweets. I actually got, in fairness, I am a little lightheaded right now. Don't worry. I don't know if it's because I'm fasting today and I only drank a kombucha and I was out in public, and kombucha makes you a little bit foggy. So it might be my dizziness today. I'm hoping it's just because I haven't eaten. I had one slice of bread. I'm a Catholic. It's Lent. I'm still fasting. Problem is I have all these meats. So tonight I went to the store because I got to buy more $270 worth of groceries after I've probably spent $2,000 worth in the past couple of weeks. I don't even know what the heck I got down there. It's like a bunker shelter. So I got linguine and clam sauce. I'm going to make linguine and clam sauce tonight, and then I'll probably have a chip wedge because I didn't get chip. I literally have no space in my freezer or my refrigerator, like none. There's nothing left to put there. So now I got stuff to eat. Let me see. So Spy looks god awful. The dip. What a great dip buy, guys, huh? We've been talking about the dip for what, 2-3 weeks now? Did you buy the dip yesterday? You bought the dip yesterday, you're probably potentially screwed today. You bought the dip last week, you're screwed this week. You bought the dip 2 weeks ago, you're screwed this week. Unless you bought the dip, sold it, look for reentry. If you're buying the dip to go long, you're screwed. Looks terrible. Pretty much, anybody know if all of Trump's games are pretty much wiped out yet? I wonder when the headline, I'm waiting for the headline, right? All of Trump's gains gone. And then I'm waiting for the next headline. All of Trump's, now he's cutting to Obama's gains, right? What's the headline going to be? All of Trump's gains gone. Plus he's taken away from Obama's economy. Those headlines are probably coming, guys. They're probably almost here. So do you buy the dip today? I wouldn't. So I'm actually, yes, I am praying for a shutdown, not for people to get hurt. If it's as bad as they say, I want it to shut down so we can start this healing process because it's absolutely bonkers. But the SPY looks garbage. Still a massive, massive falling wedge. Eventually, if we get the huge bounce that, right? What do you say? What'd you say, Mr. President? Huge bounce. We're going to have a huge bounce. Mr. President, does that mean you're going to have the Federal Reserve inject negative interest rates to prop the market up? He's not answering. Mr. President, why were you asking about negative interest rates back in December when the market was at all-time highs and we were doing absolutely amazing? Why would you say negative interest rates then? He doesn't want to answer. Now we probably will need negative interest rates, right, Mr. President? Sounds about right. We want a big bounce. So did you know that we were going to need negative interest rates back in December when the market was at all-time highs? Was that possible? You are fake news. See, Trump got angry today. Trump got really angry in that press conference today. Did you guys see that today? There was a reporter asked Trump today. He or she, I don't remember who it was. I think it was a he. Asked, I think he may have said Mr. President, right? And said, what do you say to the people that are panicking out there? It's actually a very good question, right? But this is not day one. There's I think that question's asked every day. In fairness, if I'm asked the same question every day, kind of like this, you ask me every day, people, should I buy the dip? I'm getting a little bit annoyed because I'm telling you the charts suck, right? It's kind of redundant of what do you say to people that are panicking right now? We have a deadly virus and everything's shutting down. What do you want me to say? Like, I mean, come on, people, right? So what did Trump say? He got a little bit angry and he kind of harshed back. And then he said something kind of funny. He goes, I guess the person was affiliated with Comcast. And he says, but I like to call it Concast. Like, that was kind of funny. You got to admit, that was kind of funny. So I'm not saying how I feel about Comcast. I think I'm using them for a service. I'm very delightful. I'm very happy with them, and their service is great. I did think it was kind of a funny joke. So today, Governor Cuomo, there he is. We're on pause, shelter in place, but you can still go out, but keep your social distancing. We can't enforce it with a fine, but there's no fines set in place. So pause. I'm thinking shelter in place. That's what I'm thinking. So I think Connecticut got one. I think I just got the news from Angel. I got to see. You have lots of comments here. I got to go down. I had some other notes today that I thought were kind of interesting. I think I did. I'll see some of your comments. I'll look at them, and then I'll let you know how my day went. Angel has a SPY appointment. SPY got destroyed. Where's the skit setup today? You didn't do your scrubs yet. I didn't get my scrubs yet. I ordered from Amazon. I hope they're essential. I hope they're coming. Actually, a gentleman, an older guy today, he didn't yell at me on the way out. So when I went out in the stores, I put my mask on, I had my gloves on. That's when I did my regular full shopping. All right. So I got my shopping done, wore it. Everything was fine. I go to Stop and Shop because then I can kind of beeline around a little bit. I would have preferred to go to Big Y and get some better meats and stuff. But I figured self checkout, I could keep my social distancing, be kind of cool. But everything was good. The shelves were still stocked, still no toilet paper anywhere. And then what happened? As I was leaving Stop and Shop, an elderly man, I think he was older than a boomer. That could be a fringe one. He may have been a boomer, but he may have been a fringe boomer, right? Maybe a little bit older, somewhere in between. And then he looked at me with the mask on. It was kind of weird. I think he says, "It's rough, isn't it?" Or something to that degree. So I don't know if he was thinking I had the virus, or he was very nice. I don't think he was yelling at me. So nobody yelled at me today, which is very nice. So no skits today, guys. You can't always, sometimes you just have to go open mic. So today's an open mic, but I did have a skit. Governor Cuomo, he gave me some funny material today. Pause. Not saying that's funny for people that have to pause, but my brain is like, does pause mean go or stop? Yeah, it's a good question. All right. You can yell at me. I'm used to it. I'm 25% Italian. Praying all had a good week. Yes, guys. Absolutely. I'm in LA and it seems that 25% of us are out there. I have my business open. Are you essential or are you non-essential? Are you on pause? Are you stopped? Can you go? Remember, you could go to jail, but not. That's another thing, guys. Are you guys protected? If you wanted to think about coming in my place, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'm protected. Do you know what I have for protection? No, you saw I had a hatchet the other day. Maybe I have something more, maybe I don't. I have a hatchet. So I'm sheltered in place, but I'm paused. So I gotta see the rules. I gotta look at the rules. I think shelter in place, keep your distance, but you can order a pizza curbside. It's Lent. I want a pizza on Fridays, but it's no meat. I don't really like cheese pizza, so I'll probably order that tomorrow. As long as I'm paused or somewhat sheltered in place, maybe I can go. It defeats the whole thing. If you're to shelter in place, you can go to the grocery store. Like today, there was no 6-foot rule. Several people I walked past today. So as I said yesterday, if I get corona, I get corona. Like that kid said. Might have to play him later today. I read stay-at-home order for California. What does order mean? Enforced? Great question. Is it a pause? Is it a stop? Is it an order? Is it not? Here's my question. Pause, stop, go. We can't enforce it. We cannot enforce it. There could be a fine, but we don't know what the fine is. But then also, guys, they're letting criminals out. They're letting criminals out of prison and not busting them on crime. I just watched a video the other day of a gentleman. He was inside of looked to be like a pharmacy of some sorts. And he had his bag and he was with a lady and they were just going to the shelves like it was nothing. Someone was filming him on their phone. And he was just boop, right in his bag like it's nothing, right? Taking off the shelves like he's shopping into his bag. And then he kind of beelines out. And as he's beelining out, someone else there said something like, "Hey, you're a something," probably something derogatory. You're an a-hole or you're a jerk or you're a loser. And then I think another woman said, "I hope you overdose on that." So I don't know if he was stealing if he was stealing Tylenol or something, like what they can do and make stuff with and get high or whatever. Then he goes and hops on the bus and takes right off. So my question is, if those people are looting and doing stuff in the petty crime and they don't get busted, now the shelter or pause in place is very confusing. So I don't know. Do I get arrested on the street? I don't. Social distancing. Now, what are the? So here's a good question, right? What if you're hanging out with your friends in the street, right? I saw it today on the way home. I dropped off some kombucha. I got, remember I told you, help yourself, then help others. I grabbed an extra bottle of kombucha, dropped it off to some friends. You know what I did? I got a couple things. It was a kombucha, emergency, and a big thing of oranges. I dropped it off to a friend. You know what I did? The responsible thing? I put it outside my passenger door. So he rolls up in his truck. I had my windows up, and he kind of parked a little bit too close to my car. So I had to kind of push the door open a little bit, drop the stuff out, shut my door. I was on the other phone, on the other line with him. I said, okay, you can get it now. Everything was up. Everything was sealed. Grabbed it. He left. On the way home from that, I'm driving home. There's 4 people just kind of congregating by a stoplight. Like it's nothing. They're just kind of out there like they're just 4 friends hanging out. You know? Is that shelter in place? Is that paused? I don't know what that means. So they didn't get arrested. So now, okay, National Guard comes in. I think I keep hearing rumors. I don't know. National Guard may be coming. Now he sees, hey, if I'm now in the National Guard or if I'm a police officer and I see 4 gentlemen or ladies or a combination both kind of congregating together, what do? What if I don't have my respirator? I don't have an N95 mask or gloves on? Am I going to yell to them with a strongly worded note or strongly worded words and say, hey, you shouldn't be congregating? And then somebody can say, okay, boomer, right? And just stays there. What do? What if they have the corona? Because young people can get it now. What do? And I can say, please don't congregate. I could arrest you. And then they could say back to me, no, you won't, because you're letting people out of jail. And then I'm going to say as an officer, well, you better go home. Okay, boomer. And now we're going to be in this back and forth match. Now, if I'm an officer and I go try to stop them, that's a dilemma. I feel bad for police officers. If you think I'm making fun of police officers, I'm not, because I support the law. Tim's a cop. Tim's my partner. I'm not saying anything bad about cops. I'm just saying it's a dilemma right now. What do you do? Very good question. Seems like it's heading towards the Italian lockdowns. Paused. What month do you estimate things will go back to normal, like restaurants and bars? That's a good question, right? So that's why I was hoping, if it's as bad as they say, which again, I believe everything I'm being told. I believe the media 100%. I believe the government 100%. And I believe the medical industries 100%. So that being said, I believe they should shut things down, give us that 14 to 30-day period. We come back, let's say in a month. Hey, economic devastation, horrible. That's going to be terrible. I'm not making light of that. But this guy says huge bounce back, negative interest rates. And the American people are saying, yeah, negative interest rates. Yeah, I want my 401k back. We want that stock market back up again. I don't know if I like you, Mr. President, but negative interest rates. Thanks for my check. Hey, for those people this is a serious question. For the people that are out there that don't like this guy, if you're getting a check, are you this is a serious question right now. If you don't like the president and you're getting some money being sent to your house, do you think you should cash that check or give it to somebody else? Maybe you give it. It's a legit question, right? If somebody didn't like President Obama or Bernie, right? If somebody didn't like Bernie and he gives you free college, then maybe you say, hey, no, thank you. I'm going to pay for it on my own, right? Isn't that the right thing to do? If you don't like Bernie, don't take the free college and don't take the free healthcare. No, thank you. I'll pay for it. Quite the dilemma. Angel, your takeout food, that's ridiculous. What dip? Think about the new unemployment's next week resulting from pause. Correct. Is the whole country going to be on pause? That's, again, guys, in all seriousness, I've been preparing. That's what I was saying. If you guys are kind of following as I was saying things, I was thinking Last week, that's what I got prepared because I saw worry. Then I thought this week was going to go into panic. And that's where, again, I don't fault Cuomo or Trump at all during this process because I think they're just very simply, I'm making fun. I'm just trying to be lighthearted, guys, because this is just crazy times. But I think in seriousness, I think it's just trying to keep people calm. Even Trump today or yesterday was like talking about calm. He's trying to keep people calm. And then if you keep at, it's kind of like this. It's like everybody knows they aren't stupid by this point, right? I mean, the American people aren't stupid. They know something's coming potentially. You would think more than it's probably going to be shut down. I don't think people are kind of dumb at this point. I think they see the inevitable. So it's just kind of like, what are you trying to do? Like keep pouring salt in the wound. You know what I mean? Democrats, Republicans, doesn't matter what you are, independent right now, everybody's getting leveled by this. If you're rich or you're poor people are going to be affected because they can't eat. Rich people, guess what? They can't have their house parties. They can't eat their caviar and they can't go to their movie premieres. They're affected by it, right? So both sides, right? So there's a lot going on. All right. So you say pause or SPY, pause. I wonder, guys, is there a stock called Pause? I wonder if there is. That's too many. Five. There's some 5 symbols. P.A.U.S.E. Is there a pause? Nope. No symbol. No stock symbol for pause. All right. So, Lucian, I say you are a terrible reporter. That's what I say to the American people. I mean, hey, that could be true. I ask a lot of questions. If you guys were following back in December, remember, guys, I have lots of questions all the time. My brain has lots of questions, right? You don't know who I support or don't support. I may love Trump. I might hate Trump. I may be indifferent to Trump. I may love Bernie. I may love Biden. May love Hillary. I may love Barack. Doesn't matter, right? But I ask lots of questions, right? Questions are very important. Like this whole process, separate the emotions, ask the proper questions. Obviously, don't look good. Looks like we're coming to probably a shutdown. Got to keep people calm, right? Remember I was saying Cuomo, Trump, they're kind of doing the same thing. Makes sense. They're trying to keep people calm. If you say shelter in place, don't leave, people freak out. They start doing crazy things. Pause, shelter in place. Governor Cuomo said, words matter. I get it. So he's probably trying to keep people calm. Makes actually complete common sense to me. That's why I wouldn't give crap to Trump or Cuomo for it. Makes sense. Now at this point, you got to obviously, hopefully shut this down, heal it. And then remember, this is where I'm going off of hope, guys, right? Hope on this, praying on this, all that kind of stuff. To have in Trump, if you keep hearing him, epic, huge bounce back, maybe bigger than ever before, right? What did you say, Mr. President? He says, huge bounce back, bigger than ever before. Or I think he said maybe bigger than ever before. So my question is, so again, I've been saying to you guys, pay attention. How could he have just this magical bounce back, right? Now, it looks like American companies are making a lot of this stuff. So I think some of these companies are making some of the stuff, the medical supplies that might be coming from China. Maybe, so that could be good too. Production companies, right? Maybe he's been hinting, if you guys been watching, some things it's good to companies to rely on, or some things, places to be relying on, maybe some countries, and then, hey, maybe some that we shouldn't be relying on. I don't know what'll happen, but he's got some trade deals going on. He's got the Canada, Mexico trade deal. Who knows how that'll come into play, right? United Kingdom broke off from Brexit. Who knows how that'll come into play, that maybe we find out something that wasn't so good, and then maybe he relies on some other different stuff going on, and then maybe boom, that shoots it up. Is that enough? I don't know. I think number one, you got to stop this virus to get people to want to buy again. That production would be really good as well. American people getting back to work. Now there's a problem, right? Unemployment, these things, that's going to be very scary. Like, that's not good for the stock market, right? So that's where you might need the use of the Fed to negative interest rates, jack things back up again, right? That could be really good. A question to ask yourself, guys, very important, right? these are times that it's important to ask questions. I don't know the answers to these questions, but what goes on? Like, how are the negative interest rates determined? What happens like with that the companies or the process that does your 401k and those things? How do they do negative interest rates? What happens behind the scenes? Who's responsible? What if, I mean, I don't know if it's possible. I don't know how this works, but what if kind of like this, right? If I said to one of you guys on here, hey, you need to give me trillions of dollars, right? And you have trillions of dollars and you give it to me, right? But I got like a secret stash on the other side. I'm doing just fine, right? But I'm not telling you I'm doing just fine. You think I'm doing bad. You give me trillions and I said, peace out. We're breaking this relationship up. And I got a big stash over here. Hey, bankruptcy. Hey, man, whoever is lending me the trillions, we're bankrupt. I'm bankrupt, but really I'm not bankrupt. Maybe I'm not bankrupt. Maybe something's going on right here. Tug of war, but you can't get me. Is that possible? I don't know how it works. I just know that it's just kind of interesting how there's lots of tools in the tool bag. Trump was saying last week he doesn't want to fire his guy, that runs things, right? So he's cool. Him and his guy are cool. Got rid of the lady that was running it before. He's got his guy in. Now he's fighting with his guy saying, hey, I don't plan on firing you now, but I could fire you. Maybe he's going to use his guy. Maybe he jacks up. How's he going to do it? Prop this thing back up again? How's he doing it? What tools could you foot the bill and get rid of it? Is that possible? I don't know. I'm just a stock trader. I don't know how that all works, but that might be how that could be something to think about. You guys follow me, guys? Right? That makes sense. Some people that hate Trump, but they're standing by their mailbox already waiting. Correct. Yep. I understand. So I do think another thing to ask, guys, elections. We have an election in November. How's that going to work? That doesn't work for social distancing. What if the virus is still around there and everything's not doing so great? How do people go and vote? Are there going to be changes? Is there going to be something voting from home? I mean, right? It's a good question. Social distancing. What if you have millions of people going out to vote? They're breaking out social distancing. How do you do that? Is there something else coming down the pike? The stock market's catastrophic. If you jack it up with negative interest rates with nothing changing, that may work, right? It did for 8 of the past 10 years, and now it's crumbling down. I've been telling you guys, if you've been watching, quantitative easing, QE. Eventually, that bubble wants to pop. Kind of weird how I told you guys back in December, watch out for it, in the middle of what? An election year, right? Stock market at all-time highs. There was a lot of stuff going on at the beginning of this year, guys. When I made the videos, I said to you guys, what the heck is going on here? Sorry. I had my, there it is. I said to you guys in my videos, I said, JP Morgan said, short gold, buy stocks in 2020. A couple weeks earlier, they said, buy stocks, short gold, back and forth. Very weird. But they don't tell you where to buy or sell anything, of course, right? Weird. Do you guys find that weird? Your financial advisor doesn't tell you, most people, where to buy and sell, and they're managing your wealth. We're just stock traders. We're just the guru, the furu, the whatever, the gamblers, right? Stock traders, we're the gamblers, right? You guys are just gambling, playing the stock market. Meanwhile, I'm just a gambler 2-3 months ago showing you videos saying, hey, be careful of here because of this and this and this and this. I know someone in my life's a financial advisor. I told them straight up. They thought there were some people in my life that got very angry and upset with me. Very angry. They were very hurt. I had to try to repair that relationship a little bit because I thought I was going crazy. Well, who's crazy now? Because the stock charts don't lie. It shows you right on the chart. People don't want to listen. So meanwhile, financial advisors, right? I don't fault them. They report many times to a bank. Those banks manage your money. So financial advisor, bank, and then I'm not really educated enough on the other stuff, right? So how does that all work down? So the financial advisor, they want to help out, right? And do whatever. I also heard too, like, what if you're not in the market at the time? So they make less money. So maybe do they not want to move your funds because they make less money at times because they need you and risk your funds? I don't know, there's something weird going on. All I know is if you're not risky, it's kind of like this right now. That's why I told you guys like this back a few months ago. I said, hey, the market's at all-time highs. Maybe you don't want to be risky going into an election year. I said lots was going on. What was happening at the end of last year and the beginning of this year? Never mind the past 3 years. Trump was crying for negative interest rates. He had some issues going on. Some people didn't like him. They're like, they want him out, right? That happened at the beginning of the year. What happened? You had another country, there's things going on and stuff flying around, big wartime kind of thing, lots going on. That stuff, it ends, and then poof, we have this. That's kind of weird. But you know what's not weird, guys? The stock charts. Because it doesn't matter whether you have $5 or 5 trillion, you can't hide it from the charts. You may be off on timing. And then yesterday, right? You see these names. People are dumping lots of stocks, right? But guess what you can't hide from? You can't hide in the charts. Eventually the names come out. They get caught. Some, maybe, right? But you can't hide it from the charts. So that's kind of weird. If I owned, me personally, if I had $5 billion in Apple today and I wanted to dump it down, it's probably going to affect the price of Apple over the course of a period of time. People start seeing, oh, cow, man, Apple starts dropping and dropping and dropping. Whoa, I'm going to drop. And boof, then everything drops. It's scary how that happens. Illinois just announced stay at home. So there's stay at home or shelter at home or pause. So yeah, guys. So I was wearing my mask. Bottom line, I dropped it off to a friend. Then my friend says, "Guess what? Hey, garlic is really good for your immune system. So what am I going to try to do now? I have the kombucha, I have the oranges, I have the emergency, I have all that stuff. So of course I got to go buy garlic now. And at this point, I'm just like, now what do I do? So I didn't put the mask back on. I don't know if I wore my gloves this time. I don't remember if I wore my gloves. I just went in, I bought garlic. And this time, because I missed it the other day, what I did, I said, I got my garlic. I'm going to get my Chipwiches. Guys, if you like those ice cream sandwiches that have like the chocolate chip cookies, Chipwich is the OG. If you're a boomer and you don't understand what I'm saying, that would mean original. OG means original. Bought my Chipwiches. And then I got home and literally have zero space. I had to put my lemons and my limes and on top of my condiments aisle. And then when I open the door, it just falls out. It's a mess. But guess what? My problem is I have too much food. That's actually not a joke. It's kind of a dilemma. It kind of sucks being that place, right? You care about people. Now your problem is too much food and people can't eat and they lose their businesses. This whole thing messes with you, man. It doesn't make you feel good about that process, Nice hat. Thank you very much. There is a financial problem. Big funds making high leverage bets went against them. Repo to help banks in September. Now the CV19 is a masking problem. Guys, if I have, let's say let's say I had trillions of dollars. I know nobody has that, right? So if I had trillions of dollars, which nobody has, they have billions, but if I had trillions and then things like I start, I could probably move markets, right? If I had trillions of dollars, I can move the market. Billions probably too. If I had a lot of billions and I start dumping some, a few billion of stuff, I can move markets. Guess what I can do? You know what I can do today? if I'm worth $50 billion and I have 5 billion in Apple and it's over $300, you know what I can do? I can dump my shares of Apple. Apple drops. You know what I can also do because I'm a billionaire? Boom. I just cashed in on my calls, my call options. I rode Apple up and I got my calls, right? There's other strategies, but just say calls. I have lots of call options. I cashed in on my calls above $300, and then I'm a billionaire. And you know what I can do? Poof, sell it on the way down. And guess what I did now? I have my puts and I make it on the way down, right? Guess what happens to you when you listen to your financial advisor that doesn't know stock charts, only throwing shade and hate on the ones that don't know stock charts, right? You just bought Apple at 300 something dollars like an idiot at a top. No offense if you did that. Not your fault if you didn't know. Because you heard Apple's on all-time highs. It's great. Now me, Mr. Multi-Billionaire, I just cashed in on my calls. Boom. I bought my puts on the way down. Again, there's other strategies. I'm just keeping it simple. Now I make that money all the way. I'm cashing in on my puts right now. I'm worth 50 billion bucks. I just took Apple for that ride for those all of fourth quarter. Now I'm taking it for a ride down. I'm moving markets because I got the cha-ching. That's the way it is. So, hey, rich people got the money. They want to make a profit too, right? Doesn't matter who you are, Democrat, Republican, whatever. I don't know about this stuff called insider trading. I don't know how it works. But I know if you got the money, you want to make it up, you want to make it on the way down. Hey, it is what it is, right? Guys. Yeah, so Welton says, hell yeah, if you're a Bullish Bears member and you buy at $300, it is your fault. Yes, it is, because that means you're not listening to us, unless you're brand new and you didn't hear that message. But we tell you every dang day not to do it. Guys, anybody see... There's a riff going on. I remember I told you guys, the two Italian guys, I feel like they were riffing the other day. I don't know. They were riffing in New York, right? About what to do, shelter in place, you end up with pause, whatever. Did you guys see today the news conference? Some people liked that guy, the Italian doctor guy, the Italian guy. It's all the Italians. I don't know. People, the Italians, they dislike, right? There was an Italian doctor everybody seems to love in the world right now. He's a great guy, right? He's been missing. They call for the Italian guy to come back up. He's there, standing there. He's hanging out during the press conference. Didn't seem too happy. He was like this. And didn't seem very happy. A lot of people spoke. He spoke at the very end, right? And then the Italian guy gets his turn, delivers his message. And then this guy is like, says a different message, right? And then a few minutes, whatever. Then Italian guy comes back up, doctor. He starts delivering his message. He delivers his message. And then they said, hey, there's no riff, right? Everything's good. Couple different messages. This guy was saying, I want to be more hopeful about something. And then the other guy, the Italian doctor, was like, hey, I want to be more scientific. Now you got a thing going on right here. And meanwhile, I don't know. Is he lying to us? Is he telling us the truth? Is he just trying to keep us calm? Personally, I think try to take emotions out of it either way. I think he's trying to keep people calm because obviously, let's call it like it is, guys, right? I don't know what's going on. I ain't the president. His stock market's at all-time highs, right? Whether he knows this stuff's what's going on behind the scenes. If he's blind, let's say he's blindsided by this, right? It comes out of nowhere, coincidence, all these things, right? All the negatives. It was just all coincidence. It hits him like a ton of bricks. He's got a virus killing his people, crashing the stock market. What's he got to do, right? He's got to try to protect the people. And obviously he's probably, would you be happy? Would you be happy if the stock market, you did all that work, you sleep no many hours, whether you like him or not, that guy don't sleep. I don't do well on 7 hours sleep. I don't do well on 8 hours sleep every night. I get at least 8 hours. I don't do well on 8 hours. I heard he gets like half that every night in the middle of people dying, stock market tanking. And both sides don't like him. Obviously, they don't like him. Fox News, they don't, it's called like it is. They don't like him either. So you're dealing with all that. Meanwhile, I get grumpy if I don't have my coffee and I don't get 8 hours of sleep. And you guys asking about a dip. You see how cranky I get when you ask me, should I buy the dip? I got cranky the other day when my friends asked me, should I buy Tesla? Speaking of which, whoever bought Tesla at 350, they were up earlier. Yep, it went up to now it's at $427. That's a shooting star. Tesla has a star pattern right now. That's a shooting star pattern. Scary, but 350 went up to $470. So that's what I'm saying, guys. You can make great money on these dips, but in something like this, you might only be able to hold it for a couple of days before it falls. So if you bought it at 350, like you said the other day, went up to $470. It's a $120 move in a couple of days. Now you have a shooting star pattern. That's a scary pattern. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys, though. Your financial advisor and people are trying to teach you, where do you buy? Where do you sell? Where do you buy? Where do you sell? If somebody doesn't tell you support, resistance, where to buy and where to sell, that's where you get burnt. All right. ES futures hitting 2260 right now. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's let's see. I'm just trying to like now I got to go out to a monthly chart. That's my last place to look at this point, really. On the monthly, you're getting near the 100. So you have the 100 SMA on the monthly, and then you have that 200. If you guys watch my videos back in December, I told you guys be terrified of that 200. I don't know what will happen if they shut the country down. That's where, guys, where I'm trying to tell you guys, if you hate Donald Trump, you better pray like crazy that if you have loved ones that have money in the stock market, that those negative interest, whatever that bounce is, you better hope it's the most epic and big, huge bounce, because there's no way to, I'm not even going to tell you anything good about that. You can make money. Again, we're teaching you guys each day how to make money on the way down. That's great for trading, but most people don't have they're not sure, they want their money long-term and they're bullish and they have an advisor. That's like, this is terrifying for people and their finances. So you better hope. That's why I was, again, hoping, and I'm praying. I'm working on my prayer. It's not been great because the media's got me in a panic and they got me all stressed out a lot lately. Trying to work on that a little bit, going out in the woods and practicing my social distancing, right? So I'm praying that he's got tools to bring it back up and fix this mess and stop people from dying. This is no joke, guys, right? There's nothing even happy about this, but if you hate somebody so badly that you don't care, that's where, so there's some people that are like, I don't care. All those stock people, the rich people, they're all those rich people and it's, screw them. Well, okay, I get that about rich people, but most people that are in the stock market and their 401ks are not rich. They're average, hardworking people that go every day that are trying to prepare a living, right? So if you hate them too, okay, that's a problem, right? There's going to be people so here's another question. If you hate those people, but then you want free college and you want free healthcare and stuff, do you only want free healthcare for the people you like, or do you want free healthcare for the people you also hate? If you have free healthcare for the people that you also hate, you also want them to eat and probably survive too, right? It's a dilemma, right? This is bad stuff, guys. I'm not trying to be political or anything, but you have to think about different. This is stuff going on. Really getting hurt by this. It's scary. So what about what? Let's see. Do I have any more comedic stuff today? So what happened? So tonight is going to be linguine and clam sauce night. I'm going to have a chipwich. I might go for a walk. Boeing, B.A. B.A. I think it's B.A., right? Or B.A. Boeing, B.A. Yeah. Oh. I'm not even going to pretend about that. Oh. Guys, if you guys ever wanted to see an FU pattern, that's a Head and Shoulders. It's not like an FU, but I want to call it. That is the most perfect Head and Shoulders on the monthly I've probably ever seen. That is what the oh my god. That is that's oh my god. Let me see. That is just catastrophic. I don't even want to make a joke about it. I was going to make a joke. An FU pattern is what it sounds like. FU. That's when you stick your middle finger up, which I'm not going to do. But it's usually a very drastic. It's just like your middle finger, right? That's what you see. A Head and Shoulders like a middle finger, and then got your knuckles going on. The knuckles go out, so it'd be like my head, oh, then my shoulders, right? So Head and Shoulders. That's kind of like, so that's a Head and Shoulders on there. But that's like really saying, oh, that's devastating. What is American Airlines? Anybody know what American Airlines is? Is that AA? American AAL. Oh yeah. Oof. Oh. This is what I'm saying, guys. If so going back to what I was saying. So the people that hate, the rich people that hate Trump, that hate the stock market, say screw you, they want everything free. What they don't realize, indirectly or directly, the stock market is the overall, like, is the economy good or is it not good? It's running off of all these stocks in the stock market. If you want that stock market to crash, that means if you don't want to bail out all these companies, which I completely understand, but the problem is these companies are what keep the stock market up. If you want them all to crash, you're going to get probably the society that you want, right? Everything free and given to you. The problem is, the other thing is, you got to remember, if you're someone that loves Bernie and you're out of toilet paper and you're pissed at the people that are hoarding toilet paper, that's what's coming to you if you don't want the stock market to come back up again. That's called like it is, right? We're all getting the same amount of toilet paper. It's scary stuff. Oh, BA last 2 days after hour. I mean, it's wow. I didn't even look at those guys. They got so much going on, just trying to keep things going, and like everybody, right? But I didn't look at the charts of that. Ouch. AAL. That's a huge double top on a monthly. But this is, guys, this is where I'm trying to show you guys. I'm ripping off these patterns like it's nothing, right? Double top, Head and Shoulders. I haven't even been looking at the charts. So why can I just rip off the patterns to you like this? Because once you learn and you take the time to study this stuff, it comes second nature. You'll be out in nature and you'll look at the mountains and be like, oh, that mountain is a double top, or that's a Head and Shoulders. That's good. You start seeing that stuff, right? So when you can see those patterns, then you can see your 401k, and then you can say, hey, Mr. Financial Advisor, first of all, get one that can read your dang stock charts. But if you don't, you can say, hey, that looks like a double top on American Airlines, or pretend like, let's go to the SPY. Hey, on a monthly, Mr. Financial Advisor, there's a really big shooting star back in January. Should I be concerned about that? You know what happened back then? People I know were like, it's going to keep flying. You know, it's great. We have this amazing economy, but I'm like, whoa, that's really overextended. That's a shooting star. I mean, what goes up must come down. When it comes down, it's going to go back up again. That's what they say. Meanwhile, I'm just looking at it's a shooting star. It's way up there. It's going to come back down. And guess what? Oops. Sorry, guys. Don't worry. It'll come back. Don't worry. Your entire life savings just collapsed within whatever, a few weeks. Don't worry. It's going to come back. Don't worry. You know, but F Trump, screw him, right? Wanted to all drop down, get somebody new in office. You need to still bring this stuff back up again. Because if you want your stuff, even if you hate Trump, you need money. The stock market runs off this stuff. You need the stock market to be back up again to provide this stuff. If you don't bail these companies out, stock market stays tanked. It ain't going to come back up again. Again, think your emotions and putting it together, guys. Just like, again, actions have consequences. I was right. I wanted to be right when I was telling you I was making these videos. I wanted to be right that the stock market was going to come back down. Guess what? I was right. Now, guess what? A part of me still feels good because pridefully I'm like, hey, I'm right. And I'm kind of bragging to you guys. But guess what now? It's catastrophic. My problem is I have too much food. That's, you know, so I'm right. I have too much food and I feel good about myself, right? And it also feels super crappy, but I still feel good about being right. Isn't that that's a weird place to be, right? I'm in Lent trying to do the right thing, trying to pray, try to do these things, right? Want to be right. Got my food stock up, prepping, helping others. And meanwhile, it's still hard because it's that stuff that we deal with here, that hatred or that pride and those things. That's why I keep trying to tell you guys, do you want to come out of this bitter or better? I'm trying to become better. I struggle like most people, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause, right? I'm going to pause. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do a pause. Do a little self-reflection, right? I'm going to pause. I'm going to shelter in place, but I'm going to pause. I'm going to go outside, go for a little bit of a walk. And then, but man, all those people, guys, remember out there, those people, like people in the supermarkets, are basically first responders right now. Man, you have the doctors and the nurses. God bless them. They're amazing. And obviously that's amazing. But how these people that are like nurses, right? Or I'm not, well, them. Yeah, obviously. Supermarket employees. I'm in there with my gloves and my mask on, and they're on everybody. Staying open for people like me trying to go get extra food. My problem is I have too much food. Crazy world we live in nowadays. And there they are putting their lives at risk at a supermarket. Thank those people today. I'm not joking, but I did. I was saying thank you today through my mask. That's kind of a dilemma because I'm like, I don't want to spread germs and give them, if I have corona, I don't want to say thank you and then give them corona. It's a weird dilemma to be to try to say thank you to someone. You're like, you don't know if you got it. Crazy. All right, guys, that's it. You have a wonderful or try to or something weekend. I'm prepared for, if they don't shut us down completely by Monday, then there's got to be something else going on. They got to, use the tools that we have to bring it back up again, help people out. You got them the money. They got people money this week. People should feel good. That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, if you shut the country down, it's terrible because people will go bankrupt, many people. But at least, I'm saying at least, if you get a check and say, hey, I'm going bankrupt without food, or I'm going to go bankrupt with food, that could change the level of people's craziness out there of, I'm going to lose everything, but I can feed my family and my kids. So that 1,000 or whatever you're getting, whether you love Trump or hate Trump, that could be could be survival for many people right now. So, and if you hate Trump, I'm not telling you if I like Trump or not, but what you can do if you hate Trump, then give me that money because I'll take it. So send it to me or get a bunch of buy some memberships from your friends for the Bullish Bears. You should think hard about that if you don't like Trump. I'm not telling you if I like him or not, but I'll take money. So give it to me and then I'll find some good uses for it. I will. I'll buy some more emergency or some more vitamin C or kombucha. Yeah, you feel for your old folks. Their 401k is hammered. So where do we find the recording for chart analysis from today? On our YouTube, we have all our stuff on our YouTube, guys, and on our website at bullishbears.com. I haven't really been putting the links on here because I don't want to get anybody's crap for, yes, we are promoting Bullish Bears. I'm actually on here. This is like my therapy sessions now, talking to you guys, right? I have fun at it. I don't know if I'm under quarantine. I'm under pause. That's why I like pause. I'm staying with pause. I'm on a pause right now and I'm waiting. So I'm on a pause. So we have courses and stuff on our website that teach you all that stuff. I actually just posted a futures course. Mike did an amazing job putting together our futures course. So at bullishbears.com, you'll see a whole courses section. We have a whole futures course. Great time to learn futures right now. And also micro futures. If you have a small account, micro futures is amazing for growing a small account. Instead of having to day trade, penny stocks, you can do micro futures, which is amazing. Futures just in general, like everything runs with the market. These stocks run with the market, guys. So if you can learn the chart of a SPY or the future, ES, everything runs based upon that. So those patterns are typically the most reliable. So finding a bull flag or a head and shoulders, a cup and handle, or a double top on the SPY typically is more reliable than it is on a pump and dump penny stock like Dries, right? So that's that, guys. Again, you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, or try to spend your time with your loved ones. Again, I'm waiting for the word for everything to shut down. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, Walton, to be honest with you. I don't use them with futures. That's a good question. I'm not sure. You can do, Walton, if you're a member of the group, ask Signet. He's probably even in the trade room now. He always typically is. Ask Signet. Signet is Mike. Ask him if he knows with DOS. I don't think he uses DOS, or Dan, but I never tried futures with them. So yeah, if we don't get shut down by Monday, then I would personally take that as a positive sign, like something's coming today, right? Who knows? I heard there's a little something going on. I didn't look into it. Hydrochloride something that might be a good thing. This guy, he goes, I feel real positive about that, whatever the name of that thing is. And then the Italian guy, he didn't seem to. And then he comes back on. He's like, I feel real positive about it. Italian guy goes, not so positive. And then people ask questions like, hey, what's going on? Kind of something that he goes, Italian guy comes back and says, hey, I'm not saying I'm not saying so positive about it, but hey, I'm a scientist. That's my Italian voice, right? I want to see it come true. And I'm seeing like, what's going on over there? There's a little bit of something going on. I don't know. But I don't know. So we'll see what he's got up his sleeves. Maybe that will be a good thing. That HC hydro something. I don't know what that thing is. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if he was saying that just to keep people calm. I don't know. Let's hope for everybody's sake, right, that people end up doing okay and they survive and we can move forward. And then you can do negative interest rates, prop the markets up. Good stuff. Chart analysis from today. What do you mean? We post all of our stuff on our YouTube. So we have our courses on bullishbears.com, but just where you're listening to me right now on YouTube, you'll see everything posted there. Angel posts like the recordings from the trade room on there. So if you're referring to the trade room stuff from in the trade room, those usually get updated at night. If not, then by tomorrow. All right, guys, pay attention, very close attention to the things that are going on. How do you prop the market up? What is quantitative easing? Why do charts show stuff ahead of time or not? Do things just magically go up or down? If I have a lot of money, can I make things go up or down? Read between the lines on a lot of this stuff. Very, very important. I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you all Monday. Enjoy.